Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Sunday, February 6th, and this is the NBA DFS video for today. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a quick little recap of yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out, talking about the injuries in play for tonight's slate. It is a 5-game main slate. There is also a 3-game early slate if you're interested in that as well. We'll not be covering that one specifically in this video though. And then I'll be going over my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings as well. But without further ado, we'll get into a recap of yesterday's picks. We're going to start off on the DraftKings side. We had Davion Mitchell, $5,300. Obviously, was going to look pretty good if De'Aaron Fox did not end up playing, which was the case yesterday once again. We were looking for 26, 27 points out. He got 23.75, so he ended up being a miss. He really just scored the ball yesterday and nothing else, no like assists, rebounds, steals, blocks, or anything else like that. So that's what really hurt him yesterday. Then in shooting guard, we had Duncan Robinson, $3,700, looking for 18, 19 points out. He got to 14.75, so he ended up being a miss. Only 1 for 9 shooting from the field. If he just makes like 2 more shots, he would have paid off for his price tag rather easily. Then as small forward, we had Kenrich Williams, $3,700, looking for 18, 19 points out of him. Lou Dort was out yesterday as well. Figured Kenrich Williams was a pretty safe play. Only ended up playing 17 minutes yesterday. So it ended up being not a good day for him overall. And then at power forward, we had Mohamed Diakite, who is $3,000 flat minimum, looking for 15 points out. He got to 19, so he was a hit. And then lastly at center, I had Anthony Davis earlier in the day, $10,100. Looked a lot better without LeBron in the lineup. LeBron ended up playing. Anthony Davis still paid off. If you stay with Anthony Davis yesterday at $10,100, you're looking for 51 points out. He got to 68.25, so he was a really good hit yesterday. If you went with the pivot option I did list on DraftKings, it was Giannis. It was $10,100, looking for 61 points out. He got to 52.75. He's a miss. He only played 25 minutes, and that game was a blowout. If you built a lineup similar to my one that I had earlier on in the day, I had Giannis and Anthony Davis together, so you probably did pretty well in that case as well. Then on the FanDuel side, we had Anthony Simons, $6,500, looking for about 33 points out. Got 22.7. He was a miss. He only played 28 minutes in this game. It was a blowout, just not the best day for him overall. Yeah, if the game's not a blowout, probably plays 6 more minutes or so and gets closer to paying off for his price tag. Then in shooting guard, we had Josh Giddey, $6,500, looking for 33 points out. Got to 36.8, so he was a hit. Kenrich Williams, once again, was a miss at $3,700, looking for 18, 19 points out. Got to 12.5. As I mentioned on the DraftKings side, he only played 17 minutes last night. Then at power forward, we had Mohamed Diakite once again, $3,500, looking for 17, 18 points out. He got to 18.6, so he was a hit. And then lastly at center, if you stuck with Anthony Davis at $10,500, we were looking for 53 points out. Got to 71.9, was the top player on the FanDuel side last night. And then if you went with the pivot option of Joseph Nurkic, $7,700, was looking for 38, 39 points out. Got to 30.5. He's a miss, but only played 25 minutes in this game as it was a blowout. So a really hit or miss day. If you stuck on Anthony Davis, you probably did pretty well. If you went with one of the other options, probably not so well yesterday. Just kind of a frustrating day overall. Some of the picks that we did have, there was pretty good reasoning behind them. Some of the games just didn't go quite as we expected on last night's slate. But with that being said, we'll get moved over into the injuries in play for tonight's slate. So once again, there is a 3-game afternoon slate. So if you're looking at that, they get the Philadelphia 76ers, who were without Shake Milton and Ben Simmons. Matisse Thybulle and Korkmaz are both questionable. Then for Chicago Bulls, they're without Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, Derek Jones, and Patrick Williams. Then Zach LaVine and Kobe White, both questionable as well. Both did not play the last time out. For the Brooklyn Nets, they're without LaMarcus Aldridge, Kevin Durant, Joe Harris, and Paul Millsap. And then Nick Claxton and James Harden, both listed as questionable to play. Both are dealing with hamstring injuries at this point in time. For the Denver Nuggets, they're without Kangar and Murray once again, Austin Rivers, and Aaron Gordon, both listed as game-time decisions, but both expected to play at this point in time. For the Detroit Pistons, they were without Josh Jackson, Isaiah Livers, and Pickett. And then Cade Cunningham, questionable to play. He has not played the last 2 games. We'll see if he's back tonight or not. Then for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Bolmaro and Okogie, both listed as questionable to play. And then D'Angelo Russell and Patrick Beverley, both listed as game-time decisions, but both expected to play tonight. Moving down to the Pacers, they're without Isaiah Jackson, TJ McConnell, Miles Turner, and TJ Warren once again. Goga Batazzi, Malcolm Brogdon, and Domantas Sabonis, all this is questionable to play, so just have to keep an eye out on those guys tonight. Then for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Darius Garland is questionable, so we'll see if he's back tonight or not. And then Lauri Markkanen, doubtful to play, so it's unlikely he plays once again. Moving down to the Atlanta Hawks, John Collins, Danilo Gallinari, and Lou Williams. All this is questionable play. Collins ended up playing the last time Gallinari missed, and I believe Lou Williams was available for that game. Then for the Dallas Mavericks side, they were allowed Sterling Brown, Tim Hardaway, and Kristaps Porzingis. Maxi Kleber listed as questionable to play. We'll see if he's back tonight or not. Obviously, he was kind of a late scratch, about 35 minutes prior to lock the last time out. Boston Celtics essentially all the way healthy besides Bol, who had foot surgery. Then for the Orlando Magic, Michael Carter-Williams, Markelle Fultz, Jonathan Isaac, and Etuan Moore, all listed as out. RJ Hampton is doubtful to play today. For the New Orleans Pelicans, Willie Hernan-Gomez, Didi Lozana, Garrett Temple, Zion Williamson all out once again, and then Josh Hart questionable play. He's missed about 2 or 3 games now with his knee contusion. We'll see if he's back tonight or not. For the Houston Rockets, Usman Garoba and John Wall both out once again, so no changes there. For the Milwaukee Bucks, just George Hill and Brook Lopez out once again. So the same exact thing we've seen the last time out. For the Clippers, they're without Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Jay Preston. Then they have Zubac listed as questionable. He's missed the past couple games. And then Jay Scrubb, Robert Covington, and Norman Powell all listed as game time decisions. We'll see if they end up playing tonight or not. Obviously, Covington and Powell are brand new to the team, so it's going to be interesting to see how many minutes they actually do end up playing. It's going to be interesting to see how these rotations pan out for the Clippers team. Not really interested in too many Clippers players on tonight's slate, though. But with that being said, that's a quick little rundown on all the injuries in play. There's definitely some stuff that we'll be watching out for today, mainly that Pacers news. That's going to be a big one, and we're going to get it right away early on tonight. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So we're going to start off at the point guard position with Kevin Porter, $5,700, looking for 29 points out. Averaging almost 30 on the season, got him projected for 30 tonight. Obviously, he played less minutes the last time out. He was dealing with like a little bit of an illness, so hopefully he's past that. But, 30 points out of Kevin Porter Jr. is something that he does pretty regularly, so I feel pretty confident in him once again tonight. And then at shooting guard, we're going right back to Reggie Bullock, $4,800, looking for 24 points out. I'm averaging 15 on the season, but he's been playing rather well as of late. We've seen the upside game. We've seen the consistent play, but I am currently projected for 25, 26 points, which makes him a solid value on today's slate. Then small forward, I just wanted to pay down for someone. There's not a lot there. Josh Green is a name that popped up. He's been playing decent minutes with the Mavericks, been getting about 15, 16 points in those games. So at $3,000 flat minimum, you're only looking for 15 points out. I'm currently having projected for 16 points tonight. Then at power forward, we got Wendell Carter Jr. He is $6,900, looking for 34, 35 points at him. They're averaging 33.5 on the season. Currently, I'm projected for 35, 36 points tonight. Should be a favorable matchup for him against the Boston Celtics tonight. Then at center, I went with Serge Ibaka. I'm assuming that Zubac does not play once again. Obviously, if we find out that Zubac is playing, this is a pick that would change throughout the day, though. $4,700, looking for 23, 24 points at him. Since he's been back in that starting lineup, he's been playing rather well. Currently, I'm projected for 25 points tonight, but definitely has a little bit of upside for more as well. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the DraftKings side, you have $24,900 remaining, $8,300 per player. So definitely a little bit of room to pay up for a stud if that's something you want to do. Probably could pay up for 2 higher price players, but not quite 2 studs if that's something you want to do as well, and then plug in a cheap value. Or you can go with a little bit more balanced approach. Definitely something that could pan out on tonight's slate as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there. So the FanDuel side was a little bit trickier. At point guard position, we got Jalen Brunson, $5,800, looking for 59 points out. I'm averaging almost 30 on the season. Currently, I'm projected for 30 points tonight. Should be a pretty back and forth game between the Atlanta Hawks and the Dallas Mavericks tonight. Could favor a guy like Jalen Brunson. Then at shooting guard, we went with Reggie Bullock once again, $5,300, so a little bit heftier price tag on the FanDuel side. Looking for 26, 27 points out. I'm currently having projected for 26 points tonight. We've definitely seen him playing more minutes, playing well, and if he's in that starting lineup once again, probably helps his value out just a little bit more. Then at small forward, I think this was the easiest pick of the entire day on the FanDuel side is Brandon Ingram at $7,800, looking for 39 points out. I'm got projected for 41 points tonight. Ever since he's been back, he's been over 40 points. Can't really say too much there. A little bit of a pace-up matchup against the poor Houston Rockets team as well. Then at power forward, we have Serge Ibaka, $4,800. Everything I said about him on the DraftKings side still applies. I don't think Zubac's going to play in this game tonight. At $4,800, when we're only looking for 24 points at him, got him projected for 25 points tonight. Definitely has a little bit of upside for more as well. Then at center, went with Jared Allen, $7,100, looking for 35, 36 points out. I'm averaging almost 37 points on the season. Obviously, we've seen him come off the monster game. I do expect him to be pretty chalky tonight because of that. But if he can put up a similar performance, not a 2020 performance, just a good solid overall performance, he can definitely hit that $7,100 price tag without any questions tonight. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the FanDuel side, you have $29,200 remaining, $7,300 per player. So probably could pay up for one stud if that's something you want to do, and then piece together some other values on tonight's slate. Or if you want to do a more balanced approach, this is definitely something that could do pretty well on tonight's slate, especially on the FanDuel side. But with that being said, these are my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for today, February 6th. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll answer them as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on tonight's slate, whether it's on FanDuel or DraftKings. Heck, if you want to talk a little bit of Super Draft, definitely down to talk some Super Draft as well. JC Money Design and I should be going live right around 4 o'clock Central Time today over on his channel. When that link is available, I'll list it down in the comments below as well. We'll be talking some NBA DFS Super Draft main slate, so definitely be sure to check that out if you're into Super Draft, if you're into NBA DFS, or if you're looking to get into NBA DFS on the Super Draft site. And then with that being said, I'll be doing my best throughout today to list all the injury updates, COVID news, and starting lineups, as well as my updated core, probably about an hour to a half hour before lock. So definitely be sure to check that out throughout the day. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you with your fantasy football teams, talking a little bit of NFL news, talking a little bit about some of these head coach hirings in the next week or so after we get kind of them all figured out. Talking about some NFL draft prospects as we get closer to the NFL draft. And then with that being said, if you are a newer current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily NBA DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.